why you're struggling to niche and how to overcome it to find your soul-aligned niche. I'm host Chris, the Business Alchemist. I'm a strategic business and marketing mentor and up-level coach. And today I'm going to be talking about niching, right? When it feels so hard, because I've been there too. And it can feel so hard for anyone who's multi-passionate and people who love variety and people who are really excellent at lots of different things, right? Now, I have personally always found niching super hard, and I know I'm not alone. When I first started my business, I did personal growth work for about 3 years. I ran women's groups around kind of self-belief and authentic confidence, finding your voice and presence and this and that. I also ran some mixed groups using a modality called Heart IQ, which was deeply healing, potential activating, very expansive body of process style circle work. And I was doing a bit of one-to-one coaching, and I was looking at all the different kind of niche options, but I really didn't have a niche. But everything I did was in person, not online. So this was pre-COVID, and I found clients through a lot of networking, social media, and other avenues. And I think I got clients based on my energy and enthusiasm and on my marketing. And I mean, it worked to a point, but it was tough, right? And conceptually, I really got the theory of niching, just hated the thought of doing it myself from what I kind of heard about what you have to do to niche. And I struggled to know what the results were that I was getting in those first few years. And even later, I was getting so many different results because I was helping lots of different people with lots of different things. So of course, the results I was getting were very varied, right? So then I just didn't know how to be more specific, because I was like, but I'm helping this person with that, and that person with that, and that person with this, right? But specificity works in niching and in marketing and in lots of other things, right? So as I said, I love variety, and I felt so trapped by the idea of only working on one thing with one set of people over and over. I thought I would hate it. I thought I would get so bored. But in reality, since taking the plunge and actually niching, and actually I've niched twice since then. The first was to more business and marketing coaching with a lot of mindset and energy stuff included, and more recently as a refinement to helping women doing transformational work to really uncover and embrace their soul-aligned niche and up-level as a business strategist. What I've found is that it massively opened up my creativity and my inspiration and my ideas, right? And it's the absolute opposite of what I thought. But I can actually go deeper into my key areas of expertise and really own my unique expertise and experience and attract awesome clients. So think of it more as going deep, right? And yeah, just deep rather than being kind of shallow and wide, right? So going narrow and deep, much more powerful. But back to niching can feel like the hardest thing, right? And I get it. It brings up all sorts of fears and thoughts and questions, such as things like, what if my niche doesn't contain enough customers, to make enough sales? How will I find my ideal clients? I don't want to exclude people who could benefit from what I do. That's a really common one, of just like, but what I do can help lots of different people. What I do is good for everyone. Why can't I market it to everyone? That's what people think. I don't know how to niche in a way that feels good. So a lot of people try to niche, but it just doesn't feel right. So then they really struggle with it. Won't I lose sales if my niche is too narrow? I don't want to feel limited by only serving one type of person. What if I pick the wrong niche? That can be a real fear of like, what if I pick the wrong niche and then I hate it? And it's like, spoiler alert, you can just change it. Okay. What if I run out of things to talk about, right? And much more. So I wanted to just cover 4 reasons that you could be struggling to niche. Okay. So number 1 is that you're trying to figure it out or pick the best niche based on logic alone. But it's not a decision to make solely from your head, right? It's a real head, heart, soul decision that can reveal itself in lots of different ways, but it rarely reveals itself, or at least when I talk about having a soul aligned niche, like something that's just really, really in alignment for you, you'll rarely get there by thinking about it logically. Number two, you're too close to yourself, right? To your unique abilities and your own business to really see what you're amazing at, right? So it's not something that's going to be easily revealed to you by yourself when you're looking at it by yourself. An experienced coach or a well-facilitated group are going to be able to see things in you that you can't because you're blind to them. You're too close to them. So, for example, I can really come from a unique perspective and help to draw your unique soul-aligned niche out of you. It's that kind of thing of you don't know how good you are at something because to you it just feels like common sense, but to someone who struggles with that, it's not common sense at all. It's something really magical that they're like, oh my God, you can do that? You find that easy? I can't, I need your help, right? But you kind of go, well, that can't be a niche because I just find that really easy. So we kind of forget and we assume that everyone must find it easy, but of course they don't. Right, the third reason why you're probably struggling to niche, you may be struggling with this one, but you may be using, right, I'm not clear on my niche as a bit of a story, a bit of an excuse to stop you from taking the courageous and difficult steps to move forward with your business, right? And that this is hard because your niche will more likely emerge if you do a lot of work with people and a lot of marketing, right? So you have to kind of start before you're totally clear on a niche. You just need a starting point. And this is something I help clients with over and over again because they're like, oh, I don't know where to start, or I don't know how to, they want to be clear before they start. And it just doesn't work like that. Like you have to start working with people because it's the only way that you are going to figure out whether something feels right, feels good, whether you enjoy it, whether you're any good at it, right? Again, it's not logic, it's something else. And the fourth reason is that you're maybe trying to force the decision and you're really obsessing over it. Now, this was a big one for me because I was like so desperate to figure out my niche that it was like a very tight energy at the time. I remember I was reading all the books and going to the workshops and doing all the research and like trying to figure it out and doing all the niche exercises. And I was just like going round and round in circles and just tripping over myself. Your niche will emerge over time as you do work with people, right? But there's also plenty that you can do to help you uncover your niche and what that could be, as well as create a really aligned business based on your niche and how you can market it and effectively and authentically. So I'm all about alignment and helping clients to create a business that is in complete alignment with them, their values, their passions, their experience, their why, as well as their unique abilities, right? And again, as I say, you probably can't see that as well as I probably can in you. And that's one of my gifts. And that's why I'm niching on this, because I can really see that in other people. So listen, if you're struggling to niche, you're feeling really resistant to it, but you kind of want to do it, you're feeling the fear, but there's a part of you that really longs to shine in your expertise spotlight, then book a discovery call with me and see how I can help you. Because the thing is, if you don't niche much at all on any of the 3 elements that I shared in my unique niching model, and I've done a video on that, so I'll link to that, you'll just be seen as a generalist and if you're trying to attract clients from a very large pool of people, you're actually appealing to hardly anyone, and we don't want that. So check out the other video. I'll put the link to it below, and book a discovery call and let's see how I can help you. Thanks. Bye.